Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for dropping by today. It's Sunday and I'm on my way to work, and I've just actually finished filming a video, and for those of you that did actually watch it and listen to it, it was my moaning, ranting video. Just me basically lamenting how crappy my life is right now. So I thought I'd do something, or try to do something a little bit more cheerful for this one. So this video is going to be another of my memories of Blackpool growing up videos. And this one, it's not going to be really specific only to Blackpool. It was more memories of being young and growing up. So I'm going to talk about things that you wanted when you was a kid, and the influence of TV and advertisements on the telly, or should I say advertisements, I don't know, potato, it depends on how you pronounce things. So yeah, when you're a kid and you see the Christmas toys adverts start to come on the TV, I'm sure they'll start up fairly soon on our TVs, but I don't think we get Christmas toy adverts anywhere near on the same scale as we used to years ago, because nowadays we've got the internet, social media, Amazon, and TV seems to be less of an advertising medium for toys and stuff. At least that's the way it seems for me. I don't watch an awful lot of TV. But yeah, when you're a kid and it gets to like October-ish, and suddenly every single advert is shamelessly geared towards children and children's toys. And they would have the adverts for the games, and some of those adverts, they were really iconic because you can remember them today, and they're years old. A lot of them you can find them on YouTube and just search them and look at them. But who remembers the mousetrap advert when all the little kids are shouting mousetrap, and the game looks so exciting? And I remember wanting the mousetrap game so badly because looking at the advert, it seemed like so much fun. I mean, those kids in the mousetrap advert, they look like the happiest kids on the planet, and I wanted mousetrap so badly. And we never actually got mousetrap when I was little. I did get to play it because a kid in my class had it, and they brought it to school one day when it was one of those days towards the end of term where you're allowed to bring toys in. So yeah, I got to play mousetrap, but I was really unimpressed with it because it's very rare that the whole thing runs smoothly the whole way. Either the crank will fail, or something will fail to trigger, or something will just go off too early if you slightly nudge the board. So yeah, mousetrap wasn't anywhere near as much fun as it seemed in the advert, and neither was Kaplunk, because I always wanted mousetrap, Kaplunk and Buckaroo, and I got to play all of them. I never got them when I was little, but my younger brother and sister did end up getting Buckaroo when they were small. But yeah, Buckaroo was fun, but pretty much mousetrap and Kaplunk, not so much fun. Another game I always wanted and never got to play was a game called Battling Gladiators, and you had like a plastic little arena, or whatever you'd call it, and they were basically just little spinning tops. The Battling Gladiators were just little plastic spinning tops, and you would wind up this little cord around them, pull the cord, and they would just spin in the arena. And yeah, that was it. They would just spin until they knocked each other down, and it looked like so much fun. And yet a girl brought it to school. Again, just before Christmas, when we were allowed to bring games in, a girl brought it to school, and I was like, can I play, can I play? But she was one of those really snotty-nosed girls, and she was like, oh no, only so-and-so are allowed to play, because I was one of the poor kids. And I guess she didn't want the poor plebs touching her precious game. I mean, she had every right not to let certain people play. It was her game, but just remember thinking, darn it, I really want to play that game. Another thing I wanted as a kid, also never got, Etch-a-Sketch. That looks so cool. Never got an Etch-a-Sketch. That's really difficult to say. Etch-a-Sketch. And they always wanted Spirograph. Never got Spirograph either. And the Space Hopper. Oh my gosh, I wanted a Space Hopper. They look like so much fun. They were definitely the in thing to have when I was little. I was probably a bit too young for a Space Hopper. They were sort of borderline, a little bit before my time. Because I have a very vague memory of really wanting one. And a kid in our cul-de-sac had one. And we were playing, and I went to have a go on it, and it was just massive. It was way too big for me. I couldn't use it because my legs were too short to reach the floor, so I must have been super young then. So yeah, I was too young for a Space Hopper. I wanted clackers, never got a clackers either. They got banned in our school. If you remember clackers when you were little, did clackers get banned in your school? Because back then schools banned very few things. But I remember in my school, primary school I'm talking about, not high school, clackers got banned, and so did conkers. I think the teachers were worried we'd take each other's eyes out. Yeah, so no clackers, no conkers. I'm trying to think what else did it, oh, what was it called? Styrograph? Not styrofoam. The one where you had, it looked like a little transistor radio, and Rolf Harris advertised it, but you had a little like pointer thing similar to what you'd use on a 3DS now, and you played music with it. I always wanted one of them, but to be fair to my family, they were super expensive, I think, so never got one of those. Styrofoam, what are they called? I'm going to Google that when I get home from work, but you know what I mean, I'm sure. I mean, we did have some good games. I don't want to make myself sound super deprived, because we were a really poor family, but we did have some good games. We had a game called Miss World, and I think I've mentioned that before in another vlog. It was great. The counters were little dolls, about 4 inches high, but they were actual little dolls, and there was 4 of them. There was Miss America that had long blonde hair, there was Miss UK that had kind of golden honey hair. I mean, Miss America's hair was almost white and long. Miss UK's hair was a bit shorter and like a golden honey colour. Then there was, I think it was Miss Scotland, and she had red curly hair. Then there was Miss Jamaica, who had a little afro. So you could pick your doll, and basically you just move the counters around your board, and it was one of those generic games where you just throw your dice and move your counter around your board until you got to the finish. And on the finishing square there was a little throne with a little cape and a little thing to hold. But I can't remember the name of them. My brain is mush this morning, folks. I'm so tired. What they're called, not Skeptors, just those like little fancy canes winners hold for things. I feel like I've got the brain of Homer Simpson this morning, I honestly do. I can't recall anything. But yeah, the Miss World game was fun. You would move on to squares, and it would say things like, somebody put sugar in your shampoo, move back 3 squares, or you find a new conditioner that makes your hair super smooth, throw a game, so you get another throw of the dice, and it was all generic stuff like that. And my sister and I will play it together, but we always used to get our dad to play with us. So my dad, he would be sitting at the table with us, and he'd be moving his little dolly around the square. I mean, I'm sure that's just what he wanted to do after coming home from like working all night on his taxi and getting in early in the morning and grabbing a few hours sleep. And as soon as he gets up, has his morning brew, we were like, Dad, play Miss World with us. Oh, okay, then just let me make my cup of tea first. Well, yeah, Miss World was a good game. And we always had like the generic games like Monopoly and Scrabble and stuff like that, because we had all those at my grandma's house, so we would play them on a Sunday when we would visit her. One of my favourite games, I never even played it till I was in my 20s, and it was weird because I was with a couple of really good friends and they were like, oh, let's play a game. And I'm like, oh, what do you want to play? And they were like, we're going to play Cluedo. And I was like, oh, I've never played Cluedo before, don't know how to play it. And they quickly explained the rules, and for a while I was really into playing Cluedo. So yeah, Cluedo's still a good game today. I've still got my Cluedo at home because I did buy myself a copy back then. I've still got that, and I've got my Monopoly. I've got two Monopoly sets actually. I've got New York Monopoly, which was actually a present bought from New York, because I had a friend who visited New York years ago and she bought me the New York Monopoly set. And I've got the Game of Thrones Monopoly set, what my daughter bought me for Christmas a couple of years ago, but I've never played either of them because I can't find anyone to play with now. I keep pestering people to play with me, but nobody's really into Monopoly. And this video's taken a bit of a turn, hasn't it? It was supposed to be like memories of Blackpool and stuff like that, and it just got to be memories of old games videos, but I think that's okay. I do think the old games were good back then, and I'm not going to start lamenting saying, oh, when I was a kid things were better, because I think it's very much up to the individual what kind of games you prefer. Some people like electronic games, some people like board games, some people like books, and some people like TV or movies, you know, and whatever you like, you do you. You know, I'm not into like trying to make myself superior because I like a certain thing and you don't, and it's all so stupid. Everybody should just be free to like what they like and enjoy what they enjoy. And yeah, that's it. I am going to finish this little video now because I am getting close to work. So yeah, thank you for listening, and wherever you are, I hope you're having a good week. I really do. And I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Goodbye.